Hey everyone, I apologize. I know I don't look so great, but I really wanted to just say this because I've been needing to say it, and I just apologize. So anyway, I wanted to implore everyone to simply consider when there's a male speaker, when there is a male speaker, to have a female be the introducer. There is this very important chapter in Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office, and in it, it talks about how every time she goes to a conference, she has the entire workforce get together, no matter what corporate office they're at, whatever company she goes to. She travels the world and does corporate conferences, and she'll give them an exercise to do. And she'll have the whole room will be in these circle tables, right? And she will say, do a presentation for me, right? And she'll give them an assignment to do a presentation, and she will watch the room. And there will be men and women at these tables. Now, when you listen to feminists debate, especially when they debate Milo Yiannopoulos, like on news stations, you're going to hear what I talk about. It comes up. The women there actually admit these sorts of things. And I'm kind of like, well, that's not the men's fault, you know, and you'll hear what it is. So what happens at these tables is they go around, they dole out the responsibilities, and the women get to going, and they start doing the presentation. They're like, oh, I can do this and I can do that. And they get all excited and they do the presentation and they like do all the work. And then they're like, oh, you didn't get to do anything. And so, you know, they're like, oh, you can present. And they give it to the man to present. And the man's like, well, okay. And the man gets up and he presents. He presents their work. And I don't think you women understand what that does. It gives the room the impression that that is his work. And every time a speaker comes to the event, you know, the speaker gets up there and speaks, and it's a man, and that's his work. And then, you know, the old school way of doing things is that the woman would be the one to present, because you want to have an equal voice up there. You want men and women are equal. We're equal. We're in a society where women are 50% of the population and men are 50% of the population. And in order to honor that, the airtime, we have a woman's face and we have a man's face to reflect. And it's not even about power. It's that the viewer, whoever's viewing it, they feel like they've been represented at that podium. And I don't think you have any idea what it feels like for me as a woman who has a mind that just sits there and is just like, I never see myself represented, but I know there are women doing the work in the background. But I start to question, I'm like, well, maybe there aren't any conservative women. Like, I'm really at that point where I'm just like, well, if the men are literally like, well, I'm the president of the club, like, I'm the president of the club, like, you know, I really should be the one to get up there. Because, like, I really don't want to believe that it's just about getting some FaceTime on YouTube. Like this is a big speaker and it's about ego and you want to get the FaceTime on YouTube. I really don't want to believe that. Because it's enough that it's on your resume. That's already a big thing. But unless you did all the freaking grunt work, unless you did everything. But even so, it's on your resume. You are telling everyone out there that the only place for a woman is the other party. You're right. We are misogynists. We're exactly what you say we are, because we will not give you a voice. We don't recognize that there's 50% women and 50% men, because you have taken a time-honored tradition of a woman and a man at the podium. Haven't you noticed that Dennis Prager always has a woman introduce him? Always? You think that's an accident? I don't think so. I don't think so. And I'm just like, yeah, he's boss. Because he knows the value of that. And sometimes the girls that speak, I can tell like it's the first time they've been allowed to speak. Like they don't have a voice. They'll never be leaders. And I don't know, you must not want them to be. But I've been in a lot of different communities in my day. Like it's so funny. In my life, like clearly, I've been in a lot of different communities. Like there have been times where I only knew women and I only had women friends. And there have been times where I only knew men. I couldn't name a single female friend. And there have been times where all my friends were liberal, like right now. And then there were times where all my friends were conservative. And God, it must have been a long time ago, because back then they were amazing at giving 50-50. And they didn't think about it. Like the woman, and there were no thoughts about it. Like the women there were so yeah, now that I think about it, they could go toe to toe with some of like the most powerful women I know in Hollywood. Like toe to toe. Like they could probably kick the woman you're making now, like from what I'm seeing, oh no. And they have to be the people that, if they're going to be like, what if they want to have a family? They're going to have to back those men up. There is something out there maybe in your minds that thinks that, maybe Soros got to those churches. Maybe you're in churches or something. Or maybe Mormonism. Like maybe Mormonism got there where women are like the weaker sex or something like that. But in reality, like men and women are equal. So if a man's a leader, that's on the outside. Oh, that's right. I remember. I thought there was this amazing, that's right. One of them shared this amazing quote from the Bible. It was like in Proverbs, and I have no idea it was in. I just remember it was like a proverb or whatever. That's what I thought it was, and I found out, no, it's in Proverbs. And it was like what a woman is. And it said that a woman, I don't remember. But what I remember in my head was, what really stuck with me is that it said the leader, like the man in the community, like the leader of the community, it said this amazing woman, like that this woman of excellence, maybe is, I don't know, something. It said the man that's in the community, his wife, she has a business. She has her own business. Like she has kids, but she has people that also help her take kids. Like, yeah, she has a household, but she is like, she's got her own business in the marketplace. Like, her husband may be a leader in the community, but she's a leader in the community. Like, she's got like a cart in the marketplace and a garden in the marketplace, and she's like selling all this and she's doing all that. Like, of course, this was like back in it was like what would be equivalent today to having her own business. And I was just like, and the reason it stuck with me is I was like, gosh, that's not what I was told about like churches, you know? And I was like, whoa, and explained to me why all the women were so empowered. And I'm like, what the heck is this? I see it. I see that stuff. Like when I watched like the 1980 debate, like watch it here. You know, like with Ronald Reagan, they had a woman present there. And I just like, and Jackie Kennedy, like she was boss. You know, like women are equal. They're not supposed to like serve. They're supposed to be equal to their men. Are you developing that? Like, are they equal voices? Are they equal debating partners? Like, you know, and I just don't see, when I hear people quote like amazing conservative voices, I'm like, where's Ann Coulter's? Like, she elected the president. She's the Oprah of the conservative movement. Where is it? Like, where are the women? Like, you're just, what about all the people who are being driven from the left and they come to your videos and you will not show them any of them. Like, I was so relieved once because I saw a video of the audience in one of Dinesh's talks and there were women in it. And I was like, oh, there are women. Like, it was so good to see women. Like, I was like, look at how many girls there are. And that's right. There were actually girls asking questions. But it was one talk where there were girls getting up and asking questions. But I saw it at one talk where there were just as many girls asking the questions as there were men. Oh, God, I think that was it in Texas? What is with that? Like, we're not just good together, like, as couples, but like, we're good together as work partners. And women, like, stop doing all the work and then being like, here, take the credit, go present. What? I don't think so. You need to read Nice Girls Don't Get the Corner Office. And I get where you're coming from. You know why? I didn't pick that book off the shelf. I didn't pick it off the shelf. Oh, I look so terrible today. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Yep. So, oh well, but I didn't pick it off the shelf. My husband picked it off the shelf because he sees me as an equal. And we were in Barnes and Noble because it was Silicon Valley and it was completely Agenda 21 driven out, which, by the way, I realized that's where I saw the most racism. That's where I saw Confederate flags. First Confederate flag I ever saw was Silicon Valley. Liberal capital of the world. Also, supposedly, like, the first place where the landmark thing of, like, where they were landmark civil suit against, like, blacks and gays and hazing. Huge lawsuit, like $500 million or something like that against a school district in Silicon Valley. They say it's not now. Oh, it's now. But yeah, I didn't pick it off the shelf. So the whole town was completely Agenda 21. There were no small bookstores, nothing, completely. So there's only Barnes and Noble. Like now I'll only shop like old vintage bookstores. I like books. I like feeling a book in my hand. I love that knowledge. But yeah, he picked it off the bookshelf. And he was like, you need this. And my reaction was, I want to be a nice girl. Like, my reaction was to shove it away. And he bought it anyway. He had read it. He had read some of it, and he bought it anyway. And he was like, just read like the first page. And she wrote like me. She thought like me. And that's when my career really took off. Like, that's when I really think that was a huge turning point for me. Because I have all the skills you see with me now, but that doesn't mean I was getting the recognition. That means other people were feeding off of it. You know, I was giving it to them as a gift because I was being a nice girl, just like you do all the time, ladies. That's not good. That's a waste. You're not reaping any of the benefits. That's your job. That's unhealthy. You know, you're supposed to reap the it's like a lake. A healthy lake. It's like a lake. To be healthy, a lake is only healthy if it has water flowing into it and flowing out of it. If it has water only flowing out of it, it goes dry. If it has water only flowing into it, it grows stagnant. Ladies, we're like a lake. All of us humans are like a lake. And ladies, if we only have things flow out, we dry up. And that's why you dry up and get empty so often. And you want to feel loved and you're wondering what's wrong. And you need a guy and you attract the wrong guys because they shower love on you and it's so easy. You're not going to attract the right guy until you also like let stuff come in. And the only way stuff comes in is when you stop letting stuff flow out, like you stop letting everybody take everything, and you keep the water, keep more water in the lake, keep it for your own, and let it generate things for yourself like everybody else in the world does. And it's such a wonderful book. It just teaches you, it's like, here's the way men live. Like one of the great things is, it was like men, oh, here's a great thing. Like it said, men apply for jobs they think they can do, not for the jobs they qualify for. And men were like, well, of course. And I was like, what? Like I used to have to try and like apply just for like line item. And if I didn't match it exactly, I didn't apply for it. And it was so good to learn how like men live their lives. That's why you need to learn those skills. This feminist movement of just beat up the men, that's useless. They should be arming you with these skills, and they're not. That tells you that it's men that are actually doing the feminist movement. Because if it was really people who looked at the studies, they'd be giving you this, and you'd be fine. You know, you'd be happy and healthy and not angry or used up. So, and men, you know, 50-50 airtime. 50-50 FaceTime. We're 50%. We're 50%. And if it's a woman speaking, then you can present. So if you really want to get your face on camera, maybe you should get a female speaker. I'm sure you can think of one. No, that's not begging me. I'm like freaking disabled. Are you kidding? I suppose I can do Skype. You know, I don't know. I'm pretty darn sick. You know what I mean. They're out there. Judge Janine, Ann Coulter. There's plenty. You just haven't looked. All right. I love you. Bye. I guess I should give time for the little videos to pop up. The YouTube fights me. Look at this. This is why I never show my hair. I will not cut my hair because there is something else that said, like, you're, whatever. I'm a Western woman. Did you see Rihanna? Oh, we made progress. That's such a victory. I'll have to do a video on that. All right. Bye.